Welcome to Trivia Fight Night. This is your weekly battle of the wits, pitting host Billy Hoffman against various guests of intellectual ability in a 3-round trivia face-off. 2 fighters will enter the ring and 1 will emerge victorious. Will the fight end with a judge's decision, TKO, or the dreaded knockout? Now, let's step in, square up, touch gloves, and have a clean fight. This is Trivia Fight Night.
Hello and welcome back to another, well, I think it's going to be thrilling, but I know it's going to be funny episode of Trivia Fight Night. I'm your host, Billy Hoffman, and in the ring, I have a new challenger. His name is Dan Jakes. We'll get to him in just a minute, but before we do, I wanted to tell you guys about a new sponsor we have here on the show. Spock Rock Radio, WLLP, has now joined the Trivia Fight Night crew, and the cool thing about Spock Rock Radio is we are now one of their featured shows on the radio station. If you like trivia and you like talk radio and you like classic rock and everything that comes with it, make sure to check out Spock Rock Radio. They are available all over, anywhere you listen to internet radio or podcast. I could just give you a ton of info, but the easiest thing to do, just Google it, people. Just Google Spock Rock Radio. It's going to come up. My show airs at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoons. So thank you, WLLP, for stepping up. Another new thing we're doing this week is at the very end of the show, Dan and I are going to discuss a random trivia question, but not answer it. And the reason we're doing that is because I want you to go over to the Trivia Fight Night fan group page on Facebook, and you answer the question there. The first person to answer it, I will send them some merch, some swag. Don't know what it's going to be yet. Could be a sticker, could be a magnet, might be a t-shirt, but the very first person to answer that question in the thread will get sent the swag. So, with all that out of the way, Dan Jakes is my favorite video game streamer on Twitch. Now, I could explain Twitch to you, but that's his job. Welcome to the show, Dan.
Thank you very much for having me, man. How you doing tonight?
Hey, it's a great day. I'm having a little bit of a fanboy moment here, man. I've spent so many freaking hours watching you play video games, and not only watching you play games, but also one cool thing about what Dan does on his video game stream is he plays a lot of community games, a lot of trivia games. We've played many trivia games together, whether it be You Don't Know Jack or Trivia Murder Party. But one of the cool things is he's really built an awesome community. So tell us a little bit about yourself, about the stream, about Twitch as a whole.
Well, first I just want to say thank you for having me on here. This is fun. It's about time we got to do some outside of just on stream, right? But yeah, I've been streaming for, 2 years now. And I got into it because a roommate of mine at the time was doing it. I thought it looked fun. And I'm lonely. And I'm old. And I don't like leaving the house. And the games you were referencing, they're called Jackbox games. So they're just games that were... Yeah, where viewers can log on their phone or whatever device or computer, and they play along, but everything happens over the stream. And I think through doing that, we kind of developed a community of people that kind of, how do I put it, all have a very similar sense of humor. Some a little more twisted than others.
You don't say.
Yeah, case in point. But yeah, I like to have a good time and laugh, try and put on a show for people. And sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not, but it's usually a good time. So,
well, not only is Dan entertaining, a few things that he's not going to mention, so I of course will, is Dan is he's really helpful. I honestly believe by playing video games online and having people watch you and building the community that you've built, you've helped a lot of people with life stuff. There's been people that come on and like random dating advice, random work advice. You're always so positive. I know, we won't get into amounts or stuff, but I know that you've financially helped people here and there before. I think someone got a free tattoo off of you. I don't know if they ever actually got it, but the things and the support that you give people through just your stream is incredible. And for those of you that aren't aware of what Twitch is a online streaming platform where you can log in and you can search anything you like is probably on Twitch, pretty much. I mean, there's watch parties. They actually have a deal with the NFL now. There's all kinds of stuff. I believe Amazon owns them, correct?
Yeah, they bought them, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago for almost $1 billion.
Yeah, it was like 900. I had a trivia question. I think it was $970 million.
Yeah, and then they had, they just released stats for last year. Like they had 2.2 million unique streamers every month. I think they had like, it was 130 million unique viewers every month.
That's got.
I can't remember the exact number.
It's got to put them right up there as one of the most popular websites on the internet.
It definitely is. Like it's like when people ask me what it is, because it's tough to describe to people, especially older people that don't spend as much time on the internet. But it's like YouTube, but it's live. Everything's live, and it's for, it's not some edited video. It's someone sitting there, whether they're playing video games, like you mentioned. There's people that do cooking channels. There's people just walking around outdoors with their camera, and there's some very, obviously there's some brand new people. There's some amateurs on there, but there's people on there that are very, very, very professional. They're very, very, very entertaining. Like you look at a guy like Ninja,
right?
Who did a show from Times Square on New Year's and stuff. This guy's making tens of millions of dollars a year. Like it's becoming very, very, very mainstream, and it's cool. It's a cool thing.
It's just another way of opening the entertainment world to people that can be creators. Anyone that's listening to this show, Dan, knows, I'm an author. I'm a self-published author at this point. I do stand-up comedy. I do weddings. I host this podcast. There's just so many ways for creative people to do the things they love. And there's, what's the word? There's less, and not necessarily pitfalls, but gatekeepers. That's what I'm looking for. There's less gatekeepers, and Twitch has really opened that up. Someone that might be into video production, that might be into, having their own show or talk show or stuff, anything creative. They don't have to move to New York or move to Hollywood. They can literally do it from, their, condo in British Columbia or their basement in Michigan, where I'm at right now. So, it's really cool. But, we talked about those Jackbox games, and our one of my favorite games that we play is the trivia games. And so that's what I actually have Dan on here to do tonight. So again, you guys can check him out on twitch.com/Dan Jakes, correct? That's just, it's DANJ.
Twitch.tv, I think. I don't think it matters.
It goes right to there. Yeah.
Don't even check me out.
Don't even bother.
Don't even bother.
And if you are on there and there is a chat log and you see Trivia Fight Night podcast, you should probably know who that is. So
yeah,
all right.
One of your many names.
Yeah, I whatever the flavor of the quarter is, I change my name on there a lot. Usually it's based on a joke, but I'm known more there as a comedian than as a podcast host. So, but anyway, let's hop on over to the rules guy real quick. He'll read off the rules so everyone knows how we play this game, and then we'll start.
Round 1 will consist of each fighter battling 3 questions. In these early rounds, the fighters will be given the choice of 2 answers and must choose wisely. Round 2 features each fighter taking on 5 questions where they must use their wit to survive. The third round is our knockout round. This is the final round where each fighter is allowed to wager any or all of their available points and able to secure their championship dreams.
All right, here we go. Round 1. Dan is going to get 3 questions from me. He's going to have either true, false options or A/B options. And the other thing Dan has done in the past is Dan has spent plenty of time behind a bar as a bartender. So I thought I'd give him a bartending question. Sound fair, Dan?
Oh, this could be really bad. Yeah, go ahead.
It's not going to be as bad as you think. Everyone knows Norm and Cliff as Cheers' most memorable regulars. If you walked in the front door of Cheers and saw both guys sitting in their normal spots, which one would be on your left? Norm or Cliff?
Cliff.
He's starting out good. he's got 10 points right there. Started good. Now the backstory behind that is I bring up Cheers every now and then on the podcast or on his stream because it's just such a good show.
Classic.
It's my fall asleep show. That and The Office. I just turn it on and go to bed. You know, I can't get enough of it. So
I haven't seen that show in so long, and every time I watch it, I'm like, it still holds up. It's still so good.
It really does. Other than some of the misogyny.
A different time, right?
You know, you got
some of the stuff's a little cringy for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. You like with Ted Danson's character, like just total up, like just
the sleaziest,
getting everyone in bed, and it always works, you know. So
yeah.
Other than that, yeah, it's just great, and one of the shows that never really got into the whole like, oh, we got to do social issues, and just be entertaining, and that's what they do. They actually did write in some darker episodes that never made to air. I've read that in a few things, yeah, and they just either didn't pass censorship or they didn't find them that funny. I know when they ended the original run before Rebecca came in with Sam and what's her name, they actually gave the cast a whole script and they shot at the ending and everything and had them get married, and they didn't use any of that. It was all BS because they brought them back in private with no audience and reshot the actual show. So that, if any of the press got a hold of the spoilers or any of the cast or the crew leaked out the true ending, that wasn't real. So it's kind of neat. They were kind of doing Game of Thronesy stuff before Game of Thrones did, and it was friggin' Cheers.
Yeah, and like the show that kind of took reins after them was Seinfeld, and they did the same thing for their finale. Like no one knew what was going to happen in the finale. Super secretive.
Yep, makes total sense. All right, he's 1 for 1. Pop culture is his next category, and pretty simple. Who spent more time incarcerated, Mike Tyson or Martha Stewart?
They've both been on a roast together too. Who spent more time incarcerated? I'm going to say Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart is your answer. Spent only 5 months in jail for insider trading. And let's not forget Mike Tyson's crime.
Terrible.
3 years. Yeah, Mike Tyson spent 3 years behind bars.
That's right, yeah.
Martha Stewart only got 5 months. I always think it's funny on that roast you mentioned. They talked about Martha Stewart has a cooking show with Snoop Dogg. And the joke was only one of these people is a felon.
Yeah. Yeah, Martha Stewart, she's what a fall from grace, man. She had everything at a point there.
Yeah, but she rebounded back pretty decently, I guess. I mean,
she had some good publicists. I think she really plays off the criminal aspect now.
Yeah, well, and she did that whole, what I did was illegal and it was wrong, but I didn't realize it because I'm not a Wall Street person. Like, I got some. I got some bad
way
advice.
Smarter than she lets on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, all right. One of Dan's power categories was mixed martial arts, and generally I'll put the MMA categories into the second round, which is a little bit harder. But he's a friend of mine, so wanted to give him a break here. In which Olympic sport did Ronda Rousey win a bronze medal in the 2008 Games? Was it Taekwondo? Was it Taekwondo?
Sorry.
Or Hapkido? No, I'm kidding. It's judo.
I was like, what? I was like, Hapkido, what?
Yeah, you jumped my gun there a little bit because you knew the answer. It is judo. So Dan wraps up his first round with 20 points, only missing the Martha Stewart question. Let's see how I do in mine.
Damn you, Martha. Okay, yeah, true or false? The president of Gambia, Yahya Jammeh, I think I'm saying that right, claimed in 2007 that he could cure AIDS using bananas. True or false?
All right, Gambia does have an AIDS issue. I'm surprised they have a president that's elected. But if they're going to elect someone based on solving the AIDS crisis in Africa, there's just so many other things it could be, right? So it could be, warthog tusk, or it could have been something else. But I know in South America, they do use bananas for a lot of medicinal things. So who knows? It sounds crazy enough to be true. So we'll just go true.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I thought I'd throw one so crazy it's got to be true.
Like, you don't want that Western medicine that's pretty much eradicated AIDS, or eradicated dying from AIDS, I should say.
Made it livable, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Here's some plantains and some bananas. Yeah.
I had a friend, because I was telling them I was doing this podcast, and they mentioned, they're like, oh, this is the most ridiculous thing I've heard all week. It happened a while back, obviously, but yeah, he really said it. He came under a lot of fire for it.
Well, hopefully the people of Gambia weren't turning to their politicians for medical advice.
Yeah, but I will say this: bananas are delicious, though.
Did you know, a little health tip for y'all? If you're dieting or working out or stuff, your body your body breaks down bananas different based on how you consume them. So
really,
yeah, if you eat a banana, it's way healthier for you than if you blend it up in a smoothie, and it has something to do with the processing of the sugars. And like because banana's packed full of sugar. But yeah, even for like diabetics, now of course don't get your medical advice from this stupid trivia podcast, but yeah, it does make a difference in how, if you drink them, blend it up, or you eat a banana, the way the fibers break down and the sugar content and everything. So not saying one's better than the other, but from what I remember when I read the study, it was eating them is the way to go. Much more nutritional value.
What other ways are there other than smoothie and eating?
Yeah, no, I think that was it. Yeah. It was just those two, because people were talking about, well, I put a banana in my smoothie in the morning, and they were basically saying that you might as well just dump a cup of sugar or whatever the amount was in your smoothie, because when you blend it, you're not getting the benefits of it. So,
what a waste. What a waste of a good banana.
Still tastes good. I mean, strawberry banana smoothie is my jam, man.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, strawberry banana with some white chocolate.
Ooh.
That's a good
spoiling yourself. I like it.
Yeah. All right. So I'm 1 for 1.
Okay. So question 2. Female koalas have 2 vaginas. That was the reaction I was hoping for.
All right. So you want to just say, seriously, but you got to think about this is like ducks have multiple vaginas. And I mean, not that koalas are, they're marsupials. But I'm going to say false.
Nice. They actually have 3. They have 3. 3 vaginas.
That's why they're so ornery all the time.
And they all do something different too. I actually kind of got lost on a Wikipedia rabbit hole reading about marsupial vaginas, and it was yeah. That's crazy, man. There's a whole bunch of animals. Like snakes apparently have two penni.
Really? There's something that's got a colloquial or that's a word for an animal.
Animal junk.
Animal junk too. I don't remember what specific animal it was, but that's great.
Apparently there's a whole bunch of them. Just another reason why I don't want to go outside.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you have to worry. You have plenty of bears up where you live, but you don't have to worry about koala bears. Mm-hmm. So, well, you don't have to worry about any bears where you live, but north of you, there's a lot of bears, right?
Yeah, like you get the odd bear roaming around that's coming close. But the thing is, here in Canada, like if they get too close, some person will always call, and then they come and destroy the bear, which sucks. But
yeah, you can't jack around with bears, though, man.
No, they'll mess you up, man. They'll eat your face.
Yeah, they're crazy. But so koalas have 3 vaginas. Remember at the beginning of this show, guys, when I said I don't know if it's going to be thrilling, but it's going to be funny? I was 100% right on that so far. So
And I'm just going to say, like, my trivia, my true or false ones I wrote first, and they are probably, looking back on them, they're a little bit harder. Everything else is pretty straightforward, though. So,
well, I'm 2 for 2, so we're good to go. We're good so far.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So third one, Floyd Mayweather, after his New Year's bout against Japanese wonder kid Tenshin Nasukawa. So this just happened this New Year's. He improved his record to 51-0. True or false?
I believe that's true because I think the Colin McGregor fight was number 50, and he said he was going to end on 50, and then he took that huge payday to go over there. And did you watch that fight?
The one against Tenshin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a joke.
It was a joke. It was the dumb.
A lot of people think it was staged.
Maybe the way, especially the way he felt. So I'm going to say true. Was that his 50? Was that number 50 or was it number 51?
It was false. It was an exhibition. It was only 3 rounds, so it didn't count towards his record. So that was kind of a tricky one. Like, looking back at this now, I'm like, I kind of feel like a dick because I was like,
whatever. It's
sorry.
Yeah, no, I can see that being staged, especially how, like, the way the guy just kind of quit on the way. Yeah.
Yeah, because he got hit 3 times, and then Floyd. But the thing is, like, Floyd was so much bigger than him.
Yeah.
Like, after that first hit, maybe the kid was like, I don't want to get messed up anymore. But Floyd got paid $9 million for that. Like, 3 minutes of work.
It's kind of a small payday for him, though.
Yeah, but I mean, especially if it was all staged, you probably didn't have to train much for it at all either. So
yeah, that's a good point. We have a local kid boxer that boxed last night on Fox Sports. It was awesome to see him again. He's
really,
yeah, he's from my hometown. And his name's Joey Spencer, and he's a badass. He's 6-0, 6-0 professionally with 6 knockouts.
Oof,
he's
good start.
Middleweight, I think, but so fast and so powerful. Just graduated high school.
Damn.
And he turned pro last summer, and they were saying on TV last night, they're like, this doesn't show anything. Because the guy he fought was like 37. And they're like, he needs to fight, younger guys that are up, but no one will fight him. He can't get a fight. That's the problem. It's because no one wants to dick with him because he's the next Mayweather. I mean, the kid's just incredible. It's really, and he's local, so it's cool to watch him and everything. And like, he was like the grand marshal in the Christmas parade. So I mean, he's kind of like a little bit of a local celebrity. So of course I'm high on him, but just being objective, the dude can box.
Yeah. That's the problem with boxing, man, is like, it's so easy for opponents to, like, people just pick and choose their fights, right? Instead of being like, this is a challenge. This is the next one I should be fighting. They don't take the fight, or they avoid it.
Yeah, it's stupid. But all right, well, after round 1, it's 20-20. We are tied up. We both missed 1 in our rounds, so we are hopping down into the second round where Dan's going to get 5 questions from me. The first one comes in music. Name the a cappella group that is best known for performing the Folgers in Your Cup jingle, and where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Ooh, I did watch that show as a kid. Oh, man. Oh, we were actually talking about this on stream like a couple months ago. What were they called?
They also did like
they're all dressed like Dick Tracy villains.
Yeah. They also did like Twix and Baby Ruth, and they've done like tons of stuff.
I can't remember, man. As soon as you say it though, I can't remember.
All right. What if I said every episode of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego ended with this? Do it! Rockapella? Rockapella is the answer. You don't remember Do It Rockapella?
No, I can't remember. I remember I watched that show though as a kid. I loved it.
Yeah. So yeah, Rockapella.
Rockapella. They were good. It's
not a bad YouTube dive just to put on in the background if you got to clean the house or something. I mean, it's not necessarily worth sitting there and watching them do that, but to put them on and kind of just listen to them, because they talk in between their songs, and they kind of say, "Oh, this is a big hit in the '90s. We did this for Mars Candy, or we did this for Lexus," and they just go, and then they do classics as well and stuff. But they're kind of entertaining because they actually started the movement or the science of learning how to put microphones on the beatboxers, on the human percussion. Like they were the kind of the spearheaders of, putting like button mics on their throats and stuff like that.
Really?
So yeah, they're ahead of their time, So
well, who's the big group now that you see on YouTube? They do covers of like popular I think they're called Pentatonics.
Yeah, Pentatonics. Yeah.
Pentatonics, that's it. Yeah, I've watched some of their videos. Super impressive.
Yeah, so in music, the pentatonic scale is it's a 5-note scale. So like you have octaves are 8 notes, pentatonics are 5. Okay. So the best way to explain it to a non-musical person that's listening, the pentatonics are all the black keys on a piano.
Okay.
So in the thing about it is you can always play the black keys and there's never any dissonance, which means there's never any clashing, no matter where you're at on the entire piano. So if you ever want to sit down and fake it, just play out the black keys and it's never going to sound like garbage, but it's also never going to sound like it flows together, So pentatonics is 5 members. So that's kind of like where their name comes from. More trivia for you guys.
I'm learning so much.
Okay. Your next question comes in toys. What popular toy company's first released product was a wooden Pluto based off of the Disney dog of the same name?
Which toy company?
Yeah, which popular toy company's first released product was a wooden Pluto based off the Disney dog of the same name?
What toy companies? I'm just going to throw a toy company out there. Hasbro?
Hasbro is incorrect. It's actually Lego.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually Lego. And I looked it up on like Googled it and stuff, and it's just a wooden toy dog. It doesn't look anything like a Lego. It's like, but that's where they got their start.
Wouldn't guess Lego when you said wood. What year was that?
I don't know. I don't have it. I don't have it here on my list.
You know what's crazy? Lego is as popular as ever, man. And they haven't really changed. And that makes my inner child very happy.
Yeah, there's a good series on Netflix called the Toys and the Toys We Grew Up With or something. They're basically an hour-long mini documentaries on all the most popular toys growing up. Mm-hmm. And for guys like our age, it's absolutely amazing because it's like Masters of the Universe, Ninja Turtles. Of course, they did one on Barbie and stuff, but Lego was like almost bankrupt because they tried to like change things up and do bad stuff. And then what they figured out that saved Lego's ass was when they started doing licensing deals with Harry Potter. When they started,
they're huge now again. Like I remember looking at what their company's net worth was or something. It's like astronomical.
Yeah. Once they figured out that we can't just be because what happened was they spent. Oh, I know what bankrupted or what failed was how bad Phantom Menace did, because that was like one of their first forays into licensing with Star Wars, and they paid an ass load to Star Wars and got caught up in all those contracts, and then no one liked Jar Jar, and they didn't do that great. And what got them back was the Harry Potter Legos were huge, and now they got the movies and the production companies, and they had sunk a bunch of money into theme parks and stuff like Legoland.
So Phantom Menace almost destroyed 2 things I loved as a kid.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
What a terrible movie that was.
Yeah, it is what it is. It had its moments. I mean, the Darth Maul, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that fight was sick.
Was awesome. And have you seen Solo yet?
I have not.
Okay.
I've had no.
Never mind. That's the end of conversation. I'm not gonna.
I know the spoiler you're referring to.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool to see that all come around. So, all right. Speaking of movies, and Dan's a power category in this one. He picked video games. So I thought, well, he also thought maybe he would do movies. So I thought I'd give him a video game movie question. Combine those two. So according to
all I gotta say, if I can interrupt, please be something to do with the Mario Brothers movie with Dennis. Whatever it is, be something to do with that.
It's not, but I tell you what, my 5-year-old son every now and then will put on the Super Mario Brothers Super Show for him because it's on Netflix. And the very end,
is it?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's on Netflix. Yeah. You go all the way to the end when he's like, "To the Mario," and he's like this super Italian looking plumber guy is. is doing the Mario.
Yeah, the live action sitcom at the start.
Yeah.
Does it have the Zelda episodes?
It absolutely does. Yeah, the mini Zelda episodes in the middle. But I think you can also pull out the Zelda episodes and watch them back to back. Someone cut them back to back so you can watch them in a row on YouTube too. It's really fun. But
excuse me, princess.
So here's your video game movie question. According to IMDb, what is the highest U.S. box office grossing movie based off of a video game?
Based off of a video game.
And if it's really too hard and you're not in the area, I can give you the year.
Well, I'm just going to list off some of the ones. Like, I'm not answering. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Sure,
These are some of the ones. So, like, Resident Evil franchise, I know was pretty big. They made a lot of those.
I just will fill you in. Is $131 million, and it's only 131 million is what this movie made, and it's only one movie that I'm looking for.
It's only one movie.
So like for example,
Doom.
It's if there was 3 of them, I'm only looking for one in that series.
Okay. So there's Doom with The Rock, which I don't think did very well. What else was there for video games? 130 million. That must have been pretty recent. It's not The Wizard from way back in the day. 130 million video game movie. I'd be so ashamed if I don't get this. Video game movie. I honestly have no idea.
All right, I'll give you the year, 2001.
2001. So that would have been. Well, I never made the Halo movie.
Would have been awesome though.
Yeah, Spielberg had his name over it and stuff too. Video game movie 2001. It's not Resident Evil. Did they make a Silent Hill movie? I don't know if they did. I honestly have no idea.
All right, so we're gonna count this up as a wrong answer.
Chalk it up.
Throw one out there just in case.
2001. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea.
Who was the biggest, hottest actress in early 2000s? The biggest star in Hollywood.
In 2000s?
Early 2001, yeah.
Angelina Jolie?
She was you got the actress right.
She was in a video game movie?
Yeah, a big one.
Oh, Tomb Raider. Damn. I actually never played any of the Tomb Raider games.
I haven't either. They were just, I think 2001, when the Tomb Raider games came out, I was just starting college. So I kind of like swore off video games because I had to study. I often say if like Call of Duty had been out when I was in college, I never would have made it through.
Halo 3 took me right out of college.
Yeah. So, all right. So 0-for-3 so far. We're going to move into the paranormal. And your question is here. This pseudoscience aims to prove the existence of entities from folklore, such as Bigfoot or Chupacabra.
Every person after they watch the X-Files Googling.
So Bigfoot, Chupacabra, Loch Ness.
The New Jersey Devil?
Yeah.
Pseudoscience. I don't know. I have no idea.
The answer is cryptozoology.
Ooh, I think I've heard of that before.
Cryptozoology. Man, I didn't mean to run up this round on you, man. I'm feeling kind of...
No, it's good. I'm learning some stuff. I got to go Google after this.
Feeling kind of bad. Your fifth question comes in the category of Broadway musicals.
Oh, boy.
I might
know some.
You might, yeah. What 1995 Tony Award-winning Broadway show opened the night its writer, Jonathan Larson, unexpectedly died of natural causes?
Oh, man. 1995.
Yeah, so he wrote the show, he directed it, he did all the the lyrics and the music. He sold the show. He got it all ready. And then the night before opening night, or on opening day, they found him dead in his apartment of natural causes. And they really had to decide whether, are we going to do the show? Are we not going to do the show? And it's an amazing show, but his death kind of propelled it forward because it added, drama to.
I'm going to say Cats.
It's not Cats. Cats is written by Andrew Lloyd Webber, who's still very alive to this day. The answer is Rent.
Rent. I was trying to think. There's only probably like 5 I could have named.
Yeah, Rent. So, all right. After rounds
I'm
one,
getting dusted.
No, you're not. We're still tied. So after rounds 1 and 2 for you, your subtotal is 20 points. And we're going to move on to my half of round 2. So here we go.
Okay, so your first question is your Office question from your power.
Okay, yeah. For this game,
category?
I chose The Office as a power category. And, well, I'm guessing Disney. Was that what it was?
Office and Disney, yeah,
Office
that's right.
and Disney. Okay, here we go. So let's see if you can get me on an Office question.
Okay, so what legendary Bostonian comedian played a warehouse worker over multiple seasons of The Office?
Patrice O'Neal.
Correct. Yeah. One of the best.
Yeah, unfortunately, he is passed on now. I would love to see Patrice O'Neal's take on things like what's happening now with the Me Too movement and all these, because he would call people out on their bullshit I'm not saying Me Too, but is it bullshit? I'm saying when
just the current state of affairs.
Like the Aziz thing or like the Louis C.K. thing, he would be so critical of those two guys and just literally eviscerate them. It would be great to see his thoughts on everything, but unfortunately he's not around anymore.
Okay, question.
Little known fact, sorry to interrupt you, but he drank all his bananas.
Did he? Didn't get the nutrients. He was so funny, man. Okay, so in question 2, comes from comic books. So in the Marvel comics, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are fathered by which character?
See, I'm not as good with the comic. Actually, I'm not great with the comics at all. So, Scarlet Witch, who I actually like her in the Avengers movies. She's pretty.
So I'll give you a hint. So in the Avengers movies, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver were both featured, and they are also featured in Fox's X-Men reboot. So Days of Future Past.
Right.
One of them was featured in there, and it hints at that. Quicksilver was featured in that one.
Okay. Yeah, I remember how he died in that one. So I'm just gonna go with Magneto.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, Magneto is their dad. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. I just threw. That was not playing, or that was not bullshit or anything. I just threw
because they kind of hint at it with Quicksilver. They make a joke about where his dad knew the mom or where the dad was at a certain time. But in the Disney owned, because they can't put X-Men not yet into the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
right?
So they brought those characters back in, but they had nothing to do with X-Men though.
Yeah, I did not. I did not know that. So sometimes it's sometimes I'd rather be lucky than good.
No, it was good. It was good. Okay. Next category comes from bodybuilding. Which professional bodybuilder holds the record for most Mr. Olympia titles, which is the biggest title in bodybuilding?
All right. So I can only name one, and that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. So
no, it's Ronnie Coleman.
Okay.
Ronnie Coleman. Okay. I think Arnold had 3 or 4 of them. Okay, so next question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I'll do your Disney question.
All right.
Your other power question?
Yeah, sounds good. Question number 4.
Okay, so from Disney. So in Aladdin, the merchant at the beginning of the film says it's a combination hookah and coffee maker, also makes blank blank.
Wow. So I have not watched the movie Aladdin in a long time, which is really bad because my kids were just in Aladdin Jr., the musical. That line's not in there for sure. And it's not even in the full stage production of the musical because I saw it 2 days ago.
Damn.
So
I thought I picked a good one here,
no,
too.
you did. That's a really good. I know everything about Aladdin right now, I feel. Like if you had said, I'm going to ask you an Aladdin question, there's no way I'm getting it wrong.
Okay, here's a hint. So at the start, it's the short little merchant dude that kind of like basically is like opening up the book to the story. You never, I don't think you ever see him again. And it's obviously voiced by Robin Williams. And he's just like kind of just riffing, and he's a merchant. He's standing behind at one point like a little shop with his wares, and he's showing off some of his wares.
Okay.
And he pulls out this device and he goes, it's a combination hookah, a coffee maker. It also makes did it.
Okay. So it also makes peace in the middle. A delicious knish? I don't know.
Delicious knish. Julienne fries.
Yeah, okay.
He goes, it makes a combination hookah, coffee maker, makes julienne fries.
All right. Good question.
That might have been a terrible question.
No, it's not. That's not at all. Like I said, if you would have asked me if I get something wrong from Aladdin, I would have said no. So no, that's great. All right. Question number 5.
Okay. This one comes from. Is this my last question?
Yes, sir. Until we go to the final. Yeah.
I need more questions. Oh.
No. You're good.
I'll make some up. Okay, this last one is Star Trek.
Awesome.
Is it good? Okay.
It's good for you.
Okay, so Captain Jean-Luc Picard, the greatest of the Starfleet captains.
Oh, he's dropping. I promo Spock Rock Radio at the beginning of the show, and you walk in here and just shit on Captain Kirk.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying. I mean, it's Jean-Luc Picard.
I'm sorry.
Man.
I didn't mean to interrupt your fine question here.
Kirk was great, but I mean, Picard, man, he brought bald is beautiful, right? Had a palpable, recurring sexual tension with one of his crew members. What was her name? Extra point if you can name her piece of shit kid. I don't know if I'm in a position to hand out extra points, but.
It doesn't matter because I'm not getting any extra points. We'll go with he was banging Q.
No, not Q. The interdimensional being. He's a god. I'm pretty sure Q is God.
Well, then if he's saying "Oh my God" while they're getting it on, then it works out.
It was Dr. Beverly Crusher. Was the cast member or the crew member that he had the tension with, and then her son was Wesley Crusher, and he is the guy. He has that show on YouTube now. He's kind of famous about board games. What's his name? Anyway, I'm rambling.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton, yeah, he played Wesley Crusher.
Oh, okay.
And that's where he was famous from, and he's actually a pretty funny dude. I like him.
Yeah, he's the narrator for Ready Player One for the audiobook.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like big. He's a big kind of like champion of nerd culture and stuff right now. So he's all about like board games and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah,
he was despised on that show as a character.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, no one liked him.
Yeah, the most I know about Star Trek is the parody that Black Mirror did of it.
I should have did Star Wars then.
I'm pretty good with Star Wars, but it doesn't matter. I got it wrong. So. Ending round 2, I have a 40-20 lead. So that means we are going to go into the final round. And how this works, Dan, is I have a stack of Trivial Pursuit cards next to me. Okay. The categories are geography, entertainment, history, literature, science, and sports and leisure are the different colors of the pie. So basically, you're going to go ahead and make a wager. And also, you get to pick the category. So, what category do you want your question to come in?
Could you run down the categories one more time?
It's geography, entertainment, history, literature, science and nature, or sports and leisure.
Let's go entertainment.
Entertainment.
I've done nothing with my life. Yeah.
So that's going to be a pink card. Okay, so you have 20 points to wager with. I have 40, so go ahead and make your wager.
All of them.
Okay, he's going all of them. You didn't have to tell me that up front, but I
oh shit!
It's okay. It doesn't change my strategy because I wagered 1. So
damn.
No, that's good. If you get it right,
so if you get it wrong,
and I get it wrong, you're going to beat me by 1. So I haven't picked up the random card yet. So we're going to pick up the random card.
Okay, can I ask what year is this Trivial Pursuit from? Is this like some
the most modern
dusted off 19?
No, the 1984 Genius Edition. So
yeah.
Russia is still a country. The Soviet Union still exists. The Berlin Wall is up. No. This is a this is the most modern day version.
This might be too modern for me.
Okay. Here we go. Nope, it's not a modern question. I just picked up a random card. In 1967, which female singer became the first African American to appear on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine?
1967.
So basically, you're looking for a 1967 black female singer.
It's not Beyonce. Just kidding. I want to say Tina Turner, but
so
Tina Turner, or I think that's too early though. First black singer. Man, 1967. 1967. That was a year. 1967 was a year. I have no idea.
All right. So I wrote down my answer. And I didn't discuss my thoughts so as not to persuade your thoughts, but because it is the final, you should probably name someone. So throw a name out there, man.
Damn. It can't be Tina Turner. There's no way. Tina Turner.
Tina Turner is your answer. It is also the exact name I wrote down.
Is it?
It is. I don't know if it's right, but that being said, no matter what happens, I'm going to keep the win because we either both got it right or both.
At least we win together.
No, I won. No. So let's flip the card here. The question again. In 1967, which female singer became the first African American to appear on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine? She graced the cover of the magazine's second issue, and her name is Tina Turner.
Damn, Tina Turner was her. I thought maybe it was a little too early.
Yeah, you got it right.
Nice.
So good job on that, but the wagering were...
But you still lose.
Well, you get nothing.
Close.
Good day.
Close game. It was fun.
Close game. With the end of 41 points for me, your host, Billy Hoffman, and Dan Jakes with 40 points. So I squeaked out a 1-point victory based on wagering.
That was good.
Yeah, that worked out pretty good there, huh?
That was good. Tina Turner. Damn, she was super talented.
Yeah, just really, I think of like whenever I see like the old rolling down the shimmy dress and just so much energy and just an amazing artist. And have you seen the show The Masked Singer? It's out right now. Like the idea is like there's like all these like celebrities and famous people that are coming out wearing costumes and they sing, and then the panel of judges has to guess who they are. It's been rumored that she's going to end up, being one of those people on the show. So far, it's been really, really. It's actually stupidly entertaining. I kind of.
Who's the like biggest celebrity they've had on it?
Well, you don't know. That's the thing. So like the first week, it was Antonio Brown from the Pittsburgh Steelers, a football player that got voted off, because you don't find out who the celebrity is until they get voted off.
Oh.
The second week it was Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's a fun, stupid show to put on. Like the concept of it, I was like, I don't know about this. And then I started watching, and I was like, actually, this is really stupidly entertaining. So yeah, everyone check out the Masked Singer. And there won't be any spoilers because, it's going to be a week or so before this comes out. So, all right. Well, that's going to wrap up our game. But before we go, we have to read one more question. This is for the fans in the Trivia Fight Night Facebook group. So basically how this works, Dan, is we're going to pick a random question. We're going to read it out. We can discuss it, but we're not going to answer it because the first person to answer it on the Facebook group actually will win some swag. So I'm going to grab a random card here. And which color should I read from?
Blue?
Blue. Okay. Which U.S. national park... You're Canadian, so this should be right up your alley, right? Which U.S. national park is 95% water? So that's the question. Which U.S. national park is 95% water? It's going to be on the coast somewhere, I'm guessing. I don't know. I have no idea. But I know there are a few national parks that you can scuba dive to. So...
I want to say Tina Turner.
I want to say Tina Turner, yeah. So that's going to be it. Head on over to Facebook, search Trivia Fight Night Fans, and the group will pop up. First person to answer that question correctly will get some swag. Dude, that was fun.
That was awesome, man. I'm glad I did that. That was very, very fun. But I'm also really glad that I could teach you about marsupial vagina.
Yes. I'm so happy that I know that koalas have 3 vaginas now.
Just going around spreading the word.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm going to have to look that up and see why, because you said it was interesting. So
prepare yourself. It's messed up, man.
I am. And don't think that that's not going to be brought back up sometime in chat on your stream.
Oh, I'm counting on it.
Again, thanks a lot for coming on the show. This has been Trivia Fight Night.
This has been Trivia Fight Night. If you are a trivia fighter yourself or interested in bonus shows, extra content, and or merchandise, please make sure you visit our website, triviafightnight.com. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the fight. We'll be back next time for another Trivia Fight Night.